Prince and the Sun. This is one of my favorite Turkish fairy tales. I heard it in the childhood, and I liked it the very moment I heard. Partly because that it doesn't have a traditional happy end typical to folk fairy tales. When I heard it, I found a book and read the fairy tale, and since then I reread it several times. So since the time I first read it, it's laying in my heart, and it consoles me when I'm blue. The Prince and the Sun. Once upon a time, in distant lands, there lived a prince, the son of the king. He was young and innocent, and everyone loved him. He was a golden boy of the people. One day, he was hunting in the forest, but he wasn't very lucky that day. So he was wandering in the forest, looking out for the deer, with a bow on his shoulder. As he wasn't lucky that day, he was sad. So he just walked and walked until he saw something shiny and bright in the water reflection. So he looked up in the sky and saw a bright shiny thing, just as this projector. He was fascinated and he asked, "What are you?" And the bright and shiny thing answered, "I am the sun." The sun was moving in the sky as the time passed, and Prince had followed it. He completely forgot about his hunt, and he just had been following it, mesmerized, enjoying the shine and the warmth the sun gave. It's been several hours when he finally managed to ask it, "Sun, I liked you very much. Would you please be mine?" The sun laughed very softly. "No, I cannot." The prince, though he was kind-hearted, frowned and said, "And why is that? Everything in this land belongs to me." The sun just blushed, said nothing. So the prince started getting angry. He said, "I'm asking you for the last time. Will you be mine, or I'll kill you?" He pulled out his arrow, drew it, and knocked the arrow at the sun, showing his intentions were serious. So the sun said, "Oh, it's impossible." The prince flared and released the arrow at the sun. It was already sunset time, so the sky went scarlet. The prince thought that he killed the sun with his arrow. The sun started eclipsing quickly behind the hills. The prince saw what he did. He fell face down and just burst out sobbing. Oh dear, his grief was so sincere. The sun took pity on him and threw a glad glimpse in between the hills, saying, "Dear prince, don't be sad. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. One day you'll understand that The thing that gives life to everything cannot be possessed by one. It belongs to all. I said it doesn't have a typical happy end. So I was mesmerized at the priest when he saw the sun, when I heard this fairy tale. And for me, this fairy tale is all about becoming an adult and overcoming the childish ego. That time I read the fairy tale, I didn't get the meaning in its full sense. But as time passed, I started understanding it. Well, it often happens to the fairy tales. We hear it when we're children, and learn its meaning throughout the life. Thank you.